listening to All Creatures, Fangs on the Farm, the Chupacabra Files, based on a short story by Dr. Jill Lopez. This episode is brought to you by PRN Pharmacal, makers of Reconcile. Learn more at reconcile.com. For years, Reconcile has stood by your side to help dogs and their families navigate the challenges of separation anxiety with unwavering reliability. Trusted by veterinary behaviorists and proven in countless cases, it remains the steadfast choice for bringing balance and well-being to the pets who need it the most. When consistency, experience, and trust matter, turn to the veteran of calm, because peace of mind is earned, not claimed. Did you know that Reconcile.com has helpful resources for both veterinarians and pet owners? Be sure to check out the Behavior Bits portal for expert advice from top veterinary behaviorists about common issues like crate training, the importance of enrichment toys, independence training, and much more. Check it out at Reconcile.com. Important safety information. The most common adverse events reported in decreasing order of reported frequency are decreased appetite, depression, lethargy, shaking, shivering, tremor, vomiting, restlessness and anxiety, seizures, aggression, diarrhea, dilated pupils, vocalization, weight loss, panting, confusion, incoordination, and excessive salivation. Reconcile chewable tablets are contraindicated for dogs with a history of seizures or when used with drugs that may cause seizures. Consult your veterinarian for complete safety information or read the package insert. The information, tools, and material presented on this site are provided for informational and educational purposes only. Please consult your veterinarian for an official diagnosis of canine separation anxiety and to learn more about Reconcile.
Men! Ha! Kote! Yeah, do!
Ouch!
Men!
Ah!
Ha! Kote! Yeah, do!
Watch it! Wait a minute!
Kiken Tai Ichi.
Huh?
Smalls. It means spirit, sword, and body in unity. It's a reminder to align your physical movements with mental focus and energy. Let's go over the basics again. Kendo is all about controlled, precise strikes to the head, men, wrists, kote, and torso, do, plus the right posture, footwork, and use of your shinai. Let's go through it from the top.
Yeah!
No. Let's start over from the top.
Yes!
All right, Dr. Smalls, we can take a break. But remember, Kendo is a crucial part of training. It'll help you protect yourself, and it's an art form that takes a lot of dedication. Some of the best Kendo masters are in their late 70s.
40 more years of this? No thanks. I think I'll stick to running away, flailing my arms like that guy on the highway. You know, the flaggy man. What's his name?
Oh, that would be the wacky waving inflatable tube man.
Wacky waving inflatable tube man? Dr. G, you're the full package. Smart and deadly.
Thanks, Yoron. Well, as much as I'd love to keep battling Smalls with my Shinai, you know what day it is, right?
Thursday?
Yes, Thursday. The 3rd of July. And that means today at 5:05 p.m., I'll be hitching up my new Airstream and heading to the Goshen Fairgrounds. Tomorrow's the Goshen Stampede. I haven't missed a stampede since that time I got pinworms in Miss Fahey's class in kindergarten and CVS was out of ridworm.
TMI, Dr. G.
Oh yeah, Dr. G. I wasn't thinking tomorrow is the 4th of July, and All Creatures is the official veterinary clinic of the Stampede. I'm definitely looking forward to all the crazy fried fair food.
Stampede? What's that?
The Goshen Stampede is basically the ultimate rodeo vibe of the Northeast. Think wild bull riding, epic barrel races, and all sorts of cowboy chaos. It's like the country version of a festival. Tons of food, music, and they even have a chainsaw competition. And by the way, that's my favorite part. If you want to know what it's like to be a real Connecticut Yankee, you've got to join us. You'll love it. Plus, you can help me out at the Animal Expo. I've got some obstetric gloves in your size. You'll love it.
Obstetric gloves? Rectal palpations? Oh, it definitely doesn't sound like my kind of weekend.
Oh, come on, Smalls. Don't you remember how much fun we had working cattle in vet school? You were a total pro at the breeding soundness exam.
Yeah, I guess I was a whiz with tape measures.
Is that a yes? Please, please, please say yes, you can even stay in my Airstream.
Okay, I'll do it. I did say I wanted to get to know Connecticut better, and I guess this is one way. Tell me about your Airstream, though. That's a new buy, right? I saw it outside, but didn't know it was yours.
Yes, I love him. I call him Cloudy because he's a flying cloud. All my friends in the Airstream Lovers Facebook group name their streams, and that's what we call them, streams. And I'm a proud streamer. You're going to love it. We'll use it as our home base, and then we've got a spot in Barn 2 to stash all the equipment. It'll be like a sleepaway camp, but with fried Oreos. I promise you're gonna have a blast.
Oh, how exciting. I guess count me in.
Oh no, it's Keisha. How does she always know when we're slacking off?
Yeah, Keisha's got that sixth sense. But to be fair, we have been down here for a while. There's probably a whole crowd of impatient pet owners in the lobby by now.
Yep, that's probably it. Just answer it and tell her that we'll be right there.
No, better idea. I will tell her that we're out at lunch and had a flat tire or something. Hey, Keisha, you're not gonna believe this, but...
Dr. G, let me guess. You had a flat tire.
Yeah, actually.
Well, I just wanted to call and remind you that I'm leaving early today. I'm off for the next 5 days, remember?
Oh yeah, of course, your vacation starts today. Thanks for the reminder. Hope you have an awesome time. Got anything planned?
Not really.
Oh.
Well, I'm heading out. Hope you and Smalls get that tire fixed soon. There's a lobby full of impatient clients in here, and Sam is not very happy about it.
How does she do that? How did she know that you were going to say about the flat tire? It's kind of spooky.
Yeah, it's like she's psychic or something. Let's get up and finish the day up. We have to leave here at 5:05 p.m. on the dot if we're going to get a good parking space for Cloudy. The Stampede. OMG, you don't even know how much I live for this Stampede. I was practically vibrating with excitement. I couldn't wait to hitch up my stream and get my hands on a fried turkey leg. Diet be damned. This weekend was going to be everything. Amazing, incredible, life-changing. I just knew it. I was so ready. Of course, Smalls and I had to hustle to clear out every client with Sam looking like she was about to explode from the stress. It was like herding cats. But finally, at 6:35 p.m., I managed to flip the sign to closed. Not exactly the smooth early out I had hoped for, but whatever. The promise of fried food in the next hour made up for it. I could already taste it. And now, the best part, getting to show Smalls all the best stuff at the Stampede. Maybe I could even convince him to join the skillet tossing competition. I know he's got what it takes to win that one. Honestly, with his energy, he would totally nail it. All right, Smalls, we're almost there. Get ready for some fun. Woohoo! Oh, I'm starving for fried dough right now.
Okay. Hey, what's that place on the left? What is that? Joaquin's Casa of Oddities? And what's that thing out front? A dog beast dinosaur statue? Where are we?
Oh, let's see. Joaquin's Casa of Oddities. I don't remember seeing that last week when I was here for the Stampede Committee meeting. Want to stop by for a second?
OMG, of course. You know this is my thing. Cryptids, mythical beasts, oddities. This weekend is actually turning out to be much more exciting than I thought.
Chupi, the Chupacabra. Wait, Chupacabra? That's goatsucker in Spanish, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a goatsucker. Chupacabras in Connecticut? I guess it makes sense. Wow, look at these details. Look at the claws and those teeth. Wow.
So, what exactly is a Chupacabra?
One sec. Dr. G, take my photo with Chupi. Oh my gosh. The guys on my cryptid subreddit are gonna lose it.
All right. Tell me more, Mr. Cryptologist.
Well, Dr. G, the Chupacabra is a mythical creature from Latin American folklore. It's notorious for attacking livestock, especially goats, and allegedly drinking their blood. Like you said, goat sucker. Depending on the sighting, the Chupacabra is described in all kinds of ways. Some say it has thick, leathery skin, while others say it's covered in matted fur. Some accounts mention wings, some don't. It's also been seen with a long, spiny tail, while in other reports it has no tail at all. In terms of form, it varies. Some people describe it as bat-like with big eyes and a predatory nature. Others say it looks dog-like with a hunched back and sharp teeth. And there are even reports of it looking alien with grayish skin and big creepy eyes. The Chupacabra is famous for leaving puncture wounds on animal necks and draining their blood. While some folks think it's just a misidentified animal, like a dog with mange or a mangy coyote, which I guess is also a dog with mange, the creature still holds its place in folklore.
Interesting.
Wait a second. The day just keeps getting better. Look, the store has Chupacabra shirts. Let's go inside. Maybe they have keychains too.
Hello there. Welcome to Joaquin's Casa de la Oddities. I'm Joaquin, of course. Is there something you are interested in?
Hey, nice place you've got here.
Thank you. We moved in this week, and I just finished unpacking our last box. Looks like you're a fan of Chupi. He's become pretty popular lately.
Yeah, this is an amazing replica. I see you went with the more canine version.
You know your Chupacabra? Yes, there are lots of different versions, but I think he's definitely more wolf-like than the snake-like depictions some artists use. The nails, the teeth. Yes, our Chupi is a classic. Want to check out some of our official Chupi merch? We've got Chupi birdhouses, coffee mugs, keychains, license plates, even souvenir spoons.
Wow, I'm in cryptid heaven. Do you take Apple Pay?
45 minutes and $500 later, I finally got Smalls and his giant bag of plastic Chupacabra junk into my truck. We headed to the fairgrounds camping area, but since we were now more than 2 hours behind schedule, we ended up parked at the worst location, right next to a row of porta potties. Not exactly the prime spot I was hoping for. So far, this evening is not going as planned. We managed to unhook the Airstream, plug it into the electric, and then we went on a tour of the greatest, most fried foods known to man. Tonight was going to be great, though. I was determined to show Smalls the magic of Connecticut. No one can say no to a deep-fried pickle. He would finally see that this life was where it's at. Of course, his hometown, New York City, was nice, but Connecticut, that's where all the fun happened.
If I never see another fried pickle, it'll be too soon. I don't think my liver can handle one more drop of grease. How are you not sick?
You know, my dad always said I had the constitution of a truck driver, but hey, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Let me see if I've got some Tums in here somewhere. Hey, Sam, Yoran, you made it finally. Wait. But first, take off your shoes and put on the booties. Do not get any mud in Cloudy.
This is the worst location ever. It smells terrible outside. I think the porta potties are starting to get really ripe. Ugh. This has to be the worst location possible.
Well, you've got to look on the bright side. Sure, we're in probably the worst location, but let me think about it. There has to be some upside to parking this far out. I'll have to think about it.
So, did you see my text?
Can you believe what happened?
My text.
Text?
Yeah, I texted you 4 times this morning about the dead cow.
Dead cow?
Dead cow? On my watch? Why didn't anyone come and get me?
Okay, Dr. G, what do you think we are doing here right now?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's just so early. I haven't had coffee yet. Brain fog over here.
Coffee up, because this day is about to get real bad real fast. Sam, show them the photos.
Sure. Check this out.
Oh, yuck. Oh my God! Geez, what is that? Who would do something like that?
What kind of sick person would do that?
According to the police report, a prized Jersey cow was found mutilated. The ears and others have these strange cuts on them, and it looks like their bodies were drained of blood. The weird part is there is no blood anywhere, no tracks, no footprints either.
This is really weird.
This is so weird. Joran, did you call the VIA? Do they know anything about this?
Yes, again, check your text. We've officially got a new case. According to our team, this is almost identical to a cow mutilation seen in New Mexico in 1975.
Let me read this to you. Between April and October of 1975, nearly 200 cases of cattle mutilation were reported in Colorado alone. Far from being just tabloid talk, this became a nationally recognized issue. That year, the Colorado Associated Press even voted it the state's #1 story. A senator even asked the FBI to get involved. Through the 1970s, more and more cases popped up across the American heartland. And in 1979, after thousands of reports causing millions in livestock losses, the FBI opened an investigation into a series of cattle mutilations on New Mexico's Indian lands. Ultimately, the FBI closed the investigation in 1980, claiming none of the reported cases seemed like anything other than common predators at work. But these mysterious mutilations didn't stop in the 1970s or in the US. Similar cases involving sheep, cows, or horses have been reported as far back as the early 17th century, and even as recently as 2019. The 70s cases just got the most widespread attention. The debate still rages. Some think it's an unexplained phenomenon, while others argue it's just normal cattle deaths dressed up as something weird or paranormal. For those in the unexplained camp, theories vary. Some believe it's people behind it, maybe in strange quasi-religious rituals. In 1980, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police even blamed an unidentified cult. The Department of Criminal Investigations in Iowa thought Satanists might be behind it. Others, though, tied the mutilations to possible extraterrestrial involvement. Filmmaker and science reporter Linda Moulton Howe has investigated over 1,000 animal mutilations, and in her 1980 documentary, A Strange Harvest, and later book, An Alien Harvest, she concluded that extraterrestrials were likely involved.
Satanists? Cults? Monsters? Aliens? Well, Dr. G, you did say this was going to be an amazing weekend.
Okay. There has to be a reasonable explanation for this. Maybe a chainsaw gone astray? Let's grab our stuff and check it out. Maybe we can get some samples over to Dr. Alex. She'll know what to do. We made our way back to the fairgrounds and headed straight for the cattle barn. It was utter chaos. Police officers were on scene and parents were comforting their crying 4-H kids. In the midst of the turmoil, we spotted Cooper, the animal control officer, waving us over. He led us to the far end of the barn where the carcass of a cow lay. I immediately grabbed my gloves and started collecting samples, full-thickness punch biopsies of the wounds, while Joran and Sam set up a perimeter to quarantine the area. It didn't look like there was any immediate risk of infection, but at this point, we weren't taking any chances. We needed to be thorough. I examined one of the cows while Smalls took photos. The poor animal had been mutilated. There were several elliptical cuts about 3 inches long. The report had been right. There wasn't a single drop of blood. Where had it gone? I took several samples and placed them in a cold pack, knowing Dr. Alex would be able to make sense of it all. But the question still lingered. Where was all the blood?
Well, if I had any appetite left after last night's grease fest, it's definitely gone now. What a mess.
Guys, Coop is shutting down this side of the barn. No one in, no one out. We put up the quarantine notices. and Sam's on her way to ship the samples to Dr. Alex. Anything else you need me to do?
Thanks, Yoran. I think we're good for now. Maybe ask around, see if anyone saw anything suspicious. We're about to call Dr. Alex and get her take on this.
Got it. I'll check in soon.
Dr. Alex?
Put it on speaker.
Hey, Dr. Smalls. Happy 4th of July. I was just about to board the plane. Everything okay?
Dr. Alex, glad we caught you before you left. We've got a weird situation. Shocking, I know.
Hey, Dr. Alex. Yeah, we've got a problem. Please tell me your lab isn't shutting down for the holiday.
Of course not. My lab runs 24/7, 365 days a year. I'm heading out on vacation, but my team is still working. But even I need a break sometimes.
Well, that's a relief because we've got a little problem.
And that's an understatement. I'm texting you some disturbing photos now. We're at a fair in Connecticut, and we just found a mutilated show cow. Several 3-inch long elliptical cuts randomly all over the body.
Yeah, and here's the really weird part. Despite the deep cuts, there is 0 blood, not a single drop.
That's bizarre. Are you sending samples?
Already on their way. They should arrive tonight.
Okay. I'll have my team on standby. We should have some results by morning. Be careful. This is seriously strange.
You know what?
What?
I am suddenly starving for fried pickles. How about you?
Rain check. Something about those images isn't sitting right with me. I want to dig into this a little more. How about you go get something to eat, and I will head back to Cloudy and do some checking around on my laptop.
Suit yourself. More pickles for me. Fried pickles, where are you? Fried dough, deep fried Oreos, fried Snickers, fried cheese. Oh, what's this? Fried Chupacabra balls? What the?
Hey there! Want to try some Chupacabra balls? They're our best seller.
Wait a second. Aren't you the guy from the oddity shop down the road?
That's me, Joaquin. And trust me, these are delicious. The most popular snack at the Stampede.
Okay. But first, what exactly are they? They look pretty good.
They are arancini, Sicilian rice balls.
Oh, rice balls. I love those.
Yes, we stuff them with meat sauce, mozzarella, and peas, then bread, and deep fry them to perfection.
Oh, wow. These are amazing. And that marinara sauce.
Hey, I recognize you now. Where is your friend? Bet he'd love some Chupacabra balls, too.
He's, busy working. We're vets, and we're working here at the fair this weekend.
Oh, that is nice. Did you hear about the cow?
Yes, we did.
Oh, yes. It's all over the fairgrounds. People are saying there is a real Chupacabra on the loose. Can't lie, been great for business. Speaking of which, you should try our Chupacorn doggies too. And we have a delicious dessert for you. Chupa Chillers. It is frozen mango slices dipped in chili seasoning. Hot and sweet at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. Load me up. I'm starving.
Hey, Dr. G, welcome home.
Oh my God, Smalls. I just paid $58 for a few rice balls, tiny hot dogs, and a sliced mango. $58. You have got to be kidding me. How could it be so expensive? I guess it was the Chupacabra style markup.
Chupacabra style?
Oh yeah, I ran into your friend Joaquin. Turns out that he also runs a greasy food truck. Everything on the menu is named after chupacabras. So basically, I just spent $58 on Chupacabra balls, Chupacabra mini corn dogs, and Chupacabra mango ice cream.
That's genius. I wouldn't actually eat any of it, but I would love to get some photos for the subreddit. Please tell me you took pictures.
No, but we can go later. I'll show it to you. It's right by the cow barn. Oh, speaking of which, have you heard the latest rumor?
What now?
People are saying there's a real Chupacabra on the loose at the Stampede, and that's what happened to the cows.
A Chupacabra mutilating cows.
Wait a minute, Smalls. You are not wearing your dirty shoes in my Airstream. Where are your booties?
Saved by the bell.
Hello?
Hey, Dr. G. I just got the histopathology report back on the cow samples. The extensive blood loss and resulting anemia likely led to hypovolemic shock and multi-organ failure. Let me read you the findings. Skin and subcutaneous tissue, ulcerated epidermis with granulation tissue, suggesting irritation, dense perivascular inflammation with neutrophils, eosinophils, and macrophages, indicating an active hypersensitivity reaction, hemorrhage and dermal necrosis, edema and lymphatic dilation consistent with inflammatory exudation. In the skeletal muscle, there is severe pallor of myofibers due to extreme anemia and hypoxia, ischemic myocyte degeneration, so swollen fragmented muscle fibers due to lack of blood, hemosiderin-laden macrophages. This is evidence of blood loss and erythrocyte breakdown, speaking to a little bit of a chronic happening. Then we have capillary dilation and endothelial swelling. This reflects vascular stasis and hypoperfusion. And in the deeper vasculature and soft tissue, we have marked vascular congestion, occasional fibrin thrombi. They indicate circulatory stasis and potentially led to shock. Then we have reduced erythrocytes in capillaries consistent with exsanguination, lymphatic vessel distension suggesting a compensatory response to blood loss, and there is no evidence of intravascular hemolysis, meaning external blood loss, not internal destruction of red blood cells.
So in short, the cow was bled dry.
And people think a Chupacabra did it. This just keeps getting weirder.
Another day, another bizarre case. I'd say this is the strangest one yet, but considering our history with zombies and a Mothman, this just feels like another average day for Team All Creatures. Ha! While I was out grabbing dinner, Smalls had time to do some digging, though apparently not enough time to take off his shoes. He went through old newspaper clippings about cow mutilations and compared them to the images we took. Everything lined up. The ensanguination, the eerie precision, but what stood out were the shapes found on the cow. They looked like giant eyes. Stranger still, the marks were only on one side of the body, the side facing up. Was it just a coincidence? A fluke? Or were we missing something? Who is it?
It's me, Yoran. Open up.
Do you even know what time it is? It's 8 a.m. Oh, that's not bad.
Well, I wouldn't be here if you didn't always put your phone on Do Not Disturb. You do realize that being a VIA agent means staying reachable 24/7, right? Not just when it's convenient. If you'd answered, I wouldn't have had to walk all the way over here. Anyway, here's the deal. Another attack. This time, there are 2 cows down. The scene looks exactly like the last one. Same strange cuts, no blood, no footprints, nothing. The owners of the cows, Robert and Barbara Slade, left them at 10 p.m. last night and found them like this around 7:30 a.m. When they came to prep them for the show, Sam's there now, keeping everyone out. We need you and Dr. Smalls down there ASAP.
What's going on?
Grab your bags, Smalls. The Chupacabra struck again. We grabbed our gear and rushed to the barn. Sam had done a great job of securing the area and had already interviewed the cow owners, the Slades. Turns out, they were the same owners as the first cow from yesterday. She confirmed the timeline. Cows were last seen alive at 10 p.m., and then they were found dead at 7:30 a.m. No signs of struggle, no predators, no signs of human intrusion. She even asked if they had any enemies, maybe some jealous competitors who wanted them out of the show, but they had no leads. Smalls and I stepped inside the barn and just stared. The 2 cows, they were identical to the first one. Same breed, Jersey, same cuts, same eerie absence of blood. We had no idea what to do. Okay, this is way over my head. I don't know what to do.
Well, we could always call the vetstigator.
The what?
The vetstigator. Dr. Martha Smith Blackmore. She's an internationally recognized veterinarian with deep expertise in animal welfare, veterinary forensics, and animal law. She worked with the MSPCA and the Animal Rescue League of Boston, collaborating with law enforcement on animal cruelty cases.
How do you always know these people? You have the most random but useful contacts.
I went to a conference once where she spoke. Let me see if I can find her contact info. 1 second.
Hello, Vetstigator here.
Hello. Dr. Smith Blackmore? This is Dr. Smalls. I know you must hear this a lot, but I'm a huge fan. I'm really into forensics and actually have a signed copy of your book, Investigating Animal Abuse Crime Scenes, a field guide. I think you're just amazing.
That is so nice to hear. So is this call just to tell me how wonderful I am, or do you actually need something?
Well, yes. Yes, but also we have a situation.
Go ahead, give me the lowdown.
I'm at the Goshen Stampede in Connecticut. Have you heard of it?
Of course. It's the big event before the Big E in Massachusetts. You know, in Massachusetts, we have to outdo Connecticut whenever possible. Stampede this weekend, and then our massive fair next week.
Didn't know that. State rivalry at its best, I guess.
Always.
Well, here's the deal. We have a bizarre situation on our hands. 3 Jersey show cows, 1 found Friday, 2 more today, were discovered dead under extremely strange circumstances. We had pathology done on the first one, and it showed exsanguination. But there's no sign of antemortem trauma that would explain the blood loss. The bodies have multiple elliptical-shaped cuts, all on the side facing up. No blood, no footprints, no weapons, nothing.
That is definitely unusual. Can you send me photos?
Already on it.
Yep, just got them. Let me take a look. Wow, this is definitely strange. Here's a few things you should think about doing. It looks to me from my observation that these sharp force trauma cuts, and indeed they look like cuts, they don't look like lacerations from blunt trauma because I don't see any tissue bridges across the incisions, and they do have sharp ends at either end. But you know what's weird? They're not deep. They're just superficial cuts, so that's really strange. So you've done some good photography, and that included overall photos of the calves, the heifers, and then mid-range, and then close up, so we can see where each of the lesions is located. But another thing I'd like you to do is to include a scale, or like a ruler, in each one of the images, so we can get some sense of scale. Also, standing at each of the heifers, I'd like you to do scene photography. So stand in one position and pivot and take a picture, so you're basically painting the whole scene for me, because I'd like to just take a closer examination to see if I can pick up on any clues from the scene. But then your next steps, I think, are to, I know that you had a pathologist perform a necropsy on one of these heifers, but I'd really recommend a necropsy by a forensic veterinarian, or you take these steps, okay? So you're going to look at the lesions. Because it's a cow, you can't do what we do in small animals. You're not going to be able to shave the entire body and reflect the entire hide to inspect the inner surface for other signs of trauma. But what I would like you to do is to take biopsy samples of those skin incisions and send them out for signs of vital trauma. And you need to approach this animal as you would with any other physical exam. Do a complete exam from nose to tail. Rifle through all the fur, perform palpation of all the long bones, perform manipulation of all the joints. With close examination, you may find some trace material that's going to help answer your question. From what you've shared with me and what I've seen so far, that's about all I can do from a distance. But please, if you find more evidence, please contact me, because I'd love to help you solve this mystery.
As always, Smalls came through and saved the day. I didn't even know veterinary forensics was a thing, but now we're using it to investigate this case. We followed Dr. Martha's recommendations exactly. This time, instead of punch biopsies, we collected larger tissue samples. Some were placed in formaldehyde for histopathology, while others were fresh and sent for virology and bacteriology tests. We submitted a whole elliptical wound. Smalls also traced one of the elliptical wounds and created a replica image, which he texted to Dr. Martha, along with additional photos of the wound. He even placed a penny next to it for size reference. We also collected bedding, food, and water samples. Everything was packed up and sent in a shipping container. Sam drove to Litchfield to get to the courier so it would reach Dr. Alex ASAP. All right, that's a wrap. Sam's on her way to the courier. We should have answers soon.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll crack this mystery soon. I can feel it.
Hey, after we worked on the first cow, I thought we should set up a camera. I've been reviewing the footage and found a couple of strange things I think you should see. Look here, starting at 10 p.m. I've sped it up. See? The slates are living just like they said. I sped it up again. Now look. Random people passing by. And here at 4:30 a.m. Check this out. There's someone dressed in black. Black pants, shirts, and a cowboy hat. They enter and then 15 minutes later, they leave.
Can you zoom in?
I tried. The face is hard to make out because of the hat. Might also be a face cover. They definitely didn't want to be identified.
The courier has the samples, and they are on their way, Dr. Alex. Need me to help with anything?
Things just keep getting stranger. Yoren, can you stay around here and keep an eye out for the mystery cowboy? He might show up tonight for the other cows. Sam, can you look into the Slades? Maybe someone has a grudge against them, or maybe they're staging this for insurance money. Can you check if they bought any insurance policies or if anyone's coming after them?
You got it.
All right, boss.
Okay, I hate to admit it, but I'm starving. Dr. G, I'm infected with the fairground fried food virus. I need some grease stat.
Sounds like you need some Chupacabra balls. Let's go.
These are amazing. The dipping sauce is perfect. I know I'll regret this later, but it's totally worth it. The line was long, but look at this. It's the busiest food truck around.
Hey there, buddy. Glad to see you. By the way, we've got some new merch. We bought it down from the Casa of Oddities just for fans like you. Check it out. We keep selling out. People love our Chupacabra gear. Here's your receipt. By the way, can you move a bit to the left? We've got some other customers waiting for their Chupa treats.
$78.
Hey G, can you take a quick photo of me by the truck? The guys are gonna love it.
Say Chupacabra cheese.
Chupacabra cheese.
Let's sit here and eat at this picnic table.
So good. I really loved the mango. Let me see those photos you took. I want to make sure my eyes are open before I post them.
Here you go.
Wait a second.
What?
Hold on, let me zoom in. What's this on the bar of the food truck?
That looks like an apple slicer or something like that?
Let me do a reverse image search. 1 second. Oh, this is a 3-in-1 mango slicer. Peeler, cutter, splitter, and pitter with a stainless steel blade. Look at the blade shape. It's elliptical, probably 3 inches wide. This could be the tool that made those cuts. We need to get it and compare it to the tracing I made from the cow's wound.
Are you saying Joaquim is cutting up the cows? Why would he do that? And did he bleed them out first? If he did, how did he do it?
I'm not sure. We need to figure that out. I'll sneak back and grab the mango slicer. Meet me at the Airstream in 10 minutes, and yes, I'll take my shoes off this time.
You better. See you in 10, and be careful. Smalls managed to distract Joaquin, grabbed the mango slicer, and preserved the fingerprints on the handle by slipping it into a plastic bag. We compared the blade shape to the traced image, and it was a match. Sam picked up the slicer to send to the lab to confirm the fingerprints and check if it was indeed the tool used on the cows. Everything was falling into place, but we still had questions. Why would Joaquin kill the cows? What was his motive? And even stranger, how did he take the blood without leaving a trace? Now we just have to wait.
Hey guys, we've got the report.
Come in, but take off your shoes.
All right. You really need to turn off your do not disturb mode.
Take a seat, everyone.
Why is everything covered in plastic? The couches, counters. This feels like a scene from Dexter.
Well, someone's worried about our Airstream getting dirty. Who buys a camper and expects it to stay spotless? It's a camper, not a lab.
It's an Airstream, and it's perfect. Did you know 75% of all Airstreams are still in use? Streamers are obsessed with keeping them pristine.
All right. Shoes are off. Let me show you the lab results. You're gonna want to sit down for this.
3 words. Asian longhorned ticks.
Isn't that 4 words?
Nope, longhorned is 1 word.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Lone Star ticks? Those are from Texas, right? Don't they transmit Ehrlichia or something? Is this Ehrlichia?
No, it's Asian longhorned ticks. Longhorned. Hemaphysalis longicornis.
Never heard of them.
It's not surprising. Let me tell you about them. Asian longhorned ticks are a new invasive species first discovered in Ohio in 2021. They caused severe blood loss in livestock, killing entire herds. These ticks prefer cattle and deer, but they can carry pathogens like Anaplasma phagocytophilum and Theileria orientalis, which can affect animals like cows. What's really scary is they can reproduce asexually. They clone themselves, laying up to 2,000 eggs at a time. They are tough to control because they hide so well and avoid pesticides.
I spoke with Dr. Risa Prisopane from Ohio State. She is an ecologist and an expert on vector-borne disease. She has done research on Asian longhorn ticks and investigated a similar case in Ohio, where 3 cows died on a farm from severe blood loss. She sent me this voice message and you need to hear this.
Hi, Urine. Thanks so much for your call. This is Dr. Risa calling you back about the Asian longhorn tick that you found. Look, I really got to say, if you think or you're certain you have this tick, then you're going to want to take quick action to control it. The Asian longhorn tick is often in really large numbers when found, and they can swarm in the thousands because it only takes 1 tick to start a new colony since they reproduce asexually. So if this cow was at a large mixing event like a fair or similar trade circumstances, you're going to want to inspect all of those cattle thoroughly, but more than likely they're going to be hard to see in small numbers, so you may want to consider quarantining and treating all those cattle before you let them go home, because if those people take this tick back to their farm and they have suitable environment, they could certainly have a whole new population with a whole new problem. And so not only is this tick problematic in the sense that they can feed in large numbers, which can cause anemia and lethargy and potentially even exsanguination, but they also brought with them to the United States a novel disease, Theileria orientalis, the Ikeda type, which is highly pathogenic to cattle, but it presents a lot like anaplasmosis, so it can be difficult to diagnose in that regard unless you have that on your differential and part of your testing. One thing that pathologists report with Theileria is that when you're doing your necropsy, you can see that there's severe jaundice. Sometimes they're referred to as banana cows. So you're going to want to keep an eye out both for this tick and also for this agent Theileria orientalis, because although Theileria orientalis can be transmitted in multiple ways, kind of like anaplasma, it is most efficiently transmitted and most often introduced to a location by this tick. And so we see very high herd prevalence of Theileria when this tick is present. And like I said, being that this is a clonal tick, when you do have an introduction, it might start small, but within a couple of years, you can have ticks in the many, many of thousands. So usually when we see it, it becomes a progressive problem on farms and is very difficult to manage. This tick can complete its entire life cycle in under 12 months, sometimes even 6 months under the right conditions. And in other studies where we're trying to manage it with acaricides, essentially the population can rebound about every 5 5 weeks. And so you really cannot spray your way out of an Asian longhorn tick infestation. You're going to have to take integrated approach to treating the landscape, treating cattle, to do rotational grazing, and all these things can be very difficult to manage, particularly for small-scale farms. So if you see Asian longhorn tick, you should act swiftly to contain it and control it.
Ticks that clone themselves are so tiny you can miss them and drain cows' blood, and pesticides can't stop them.
Exactly. We found thousands of them in the bedding sample we sent. That means the other cows in the barn are probably infested too, and they are multiplying rapidly. These ticks come in all sizes at different life stages, but even the larvae are tiny.
Oh, I feel so gross right now. Speaking of gross, did you find anything on Joaquin?
You mean Jonathan Myers, a.k.a. Joaquin, a.k.a. Sneaky Pete, a.k.a. Sleeping Jimmy? He's a lifelong con artist who ran multiple fraudulent businesses. His latest scam is his House of Oddities. He squatted in an abandoned building and set up shops selling overpriced Chupacabra junk. He started the rumors about the Chupacabras killing the cows, then saw his sales skyrocket.
So you've got him.
No, he got away. No wonder they call him Sleeping Jimmy. He packed up his cart and vanished. All that's left is a pot of grease.
That jerk! I knew he was up to something. Jonathan Myers. That sounds so familiar.
Well, we'll keep trying to track him down. Don't worry, karma's coming for him.
Yes, karma. Let's hope it hits him hard.
Oh no.
Oh no, what? What was that noise?
We have a problem, guys. That was my motion detector alert. I still have it on. Look, the Slades are moving their cows out right now. Those cows are infected with longhorned ticks. We need to stop them.
Oh no!
By the time we got to the cow barn, it was completely empty. The Slades had moved out the rest of their cows and were on the road. We locked the barn to keep the quarantine in place. There was no way we could risk those ticks spreading. With their cloning ability, this would spell disaster for Connecticut's dairy and meat industry. We rushed to the Stampede registration building to get the Slade's cell number, but guess who leaves their phone on Do Not Disturb? The Slades. Even worse, they weren't heading home. They were on their way to the Big E, the largest livestock event on the East Coast. If they got there before us, hundreds, maybe thousands of animals would be at risk.
Fun fact, the Big E is the largest fair in New England and the 4th largest in North America, and it's exactly 50 miles from here.
I am so done with fairs and fairgrounds after this. No more fried pickles. I'm blacklisting them.
Oh, come on, a few bad apples shouldn't spoil the whole bunch.
A few bad apples? I spent over $150 on greasy Chupacabra snacks, and you dropped $500 on probably stolen Chupacabra trinkets. Plus, after this mess, I doubt the steering committee will be inviting me back next year. If we don't get to the Big E in time, I'll be the vet who caused the cow apocalypse in New England.
Gee, stay focused. We need to drive safely, and you're not used to hauling a trailer, especially one that's over 7,500 pounds. Everything will be fine. No one could have predicted these crazy cloning ticks. Even the experts said they're invisible and nearly impossible to control.
Yeah, hauling's tough. This is only the second time I've ever brought Cloudy out. I hope Yoren and Sam get here quicker on their motorcycles. We need to stop the Slades before they open the trailer. This is a nightmare.
Oh, there's the entrance. And look, the Slade's truck and trailer, they're going in. Yoren and Sam are right behind us, and they're stuck behind a bunch of cattle trailers. Step on it, G.
Watch out! I'm gonna cut them off and then block the entrance. Hold on. Ooh.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, barely. We almost flipped.
Well, the Slade stopped, but their trailer hatch is open. One of the cows just ran into the fairgrounds.
Oh no, where's Yoren and Sam? Maybe they can catch her.
Still stuck in traffic. We have to make a run for it.
Run! We have to catch that cow.
Look, that cowboy dressed in black. He's after the loose cow.
No way! He just lassoed her! He saved the day!
And Yoren and Sam are here. I think we're good. The cow is caught.
Thank goodness for that cowboy. This could have been a disaster. cowboy. Thank you for saving the day. That cow's been infected with self-cloning ticks that are like cow vampires. You saved the day! Yay!
Incredible riding skills. You definitely saved the day.
Oh no, not you guys.
Keisha? You're a cowboy?
I prefer cow person, and yes, I am.
Keisha, that's amazing. We didn't know.
I don't talk about my personal life, but I've been riding in rodeos for years. It's my thing. Helps me relax after work, but honestly, I don't think I could be open with you guys because you haven't exactly been open with me.
Why didn't you tell us?
Maybe because every time I ask about your work, you throw out wild stories. Cloning, ticks, cow vampires, flat tires.
Keisha, we're sorry. We haven't been totally upfront, but we want to change that, and seriously, thank you. You're amazing.
I know.
Yep, you really are. So, one day, we'll tell you everything.
How about now?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
Keisha, that was incredible. Amazing riding.
Okay, cow's back in the trailer. We're taking it to a secure location to dead tick and destroy the parasites. Crisis averted.
So, you weren't making up the ticks?
Well, at least it can't get any worse.
G, whatever you do, don't turn around.
Why not?
Just don't. Please don't turn around.
Cloudy! Oh no! My beautiful Airstream! It's completely wrecked! No! And that wrapped up another Wild All Creatures assignment. We survived another mystery, debunked a Chupacabra rumor, and protected New England's cows. But poor Cloudy didn't make it. He's now part of the 25% of Airstreams no longer on the road. And to make matters worse, Joaquin's list of fraudulent businesses included a fake insurance company. Jonathan Myers Insurance. Guess where my policy was? Yep. Jonathan Myers Insurance. No payout coming to save me. I'm officially done with fairgrounds, camping, and Airstreams. I'll just stay home, doom scrolling with my cat, and give up my dreams of adventure. But on the bright side, we're back at work, and Small says he has a surprise for me at lunch. He's been secretive about it. Hopefully it's not another fried pickle.
Keep the blindfold on and walk this way.
Oh, I'm so excited! I can't wait to see what you got me.
Okay, stand right here. Surprise!
Oh my gosh! Is that a 1969 Airstream Globetrotter? The same one from that old show Grimm? We loved that show! We used to watch it after class, remember? How did you get this?
Craigslist, my friend. It's not perfect. The previous owner didn't enforce a shoes off policy, but open it up. We can fix it up together. It'll be fun. Oops, I can fix that.
You better. But I love it. It's perfect. Thank you, Smalls. You're the best friend a vet could have.
Fangs on the Farm, the Chupacabra Files, features lead actors Clay and Caitlin Palmer, along with Angela Stojanovska and Martin Menev. This show includes expert insights from veterinary specialists Dr. Martha Smith-Blackmore, Dr. Risa Pesapane, and Dr. Alexandra Zara. This show was crafted by audio engineer Vasco Kostovsky and was produced by Vet Candy. You can tune in to All Creatures on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, or your preferred podcasting platform.